Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Runescape free Marketwatch. So in this series, we go through the Runescape free homepage on the Grand Exchange section and go through the price rises and price falls for this week to discuss any items which are up in price, down in price, worthwhile investing in, or worthwhile chasing after in the game for a little bit more GP in your Runescape time. So in terms of updates this week, we got the Stellar Born quest, which is kind of a storyline linking to stars and possibly a few little teasers for some things going on a little further on in time, but a nice one anyway, nice quickish quest, and has released a new type of cannonball which, because I've been playing leagues, not really sort of delved in and had a look, but it's something I'll be doing over the next week or two to see if it's worthwhile as a moneymaker, training method, or worthwhile using in your everyday slaying. However, the only other thing announced which isn't quite on the homepage is that the Halloween event is going to start on Monday the 13th of October and is going to be here until the first week of November. However, we are not here for that. We are here for one thing and one thing only, the price rises and price falls for RuneScape 3 for this week. As always, we start in price rises and we discuss things which are going up in price. We will skip any form of cosmetic token just because it's not really worth looking into. So to start this week off, Spirit Runes in at 64 GP and Flesh Runes also up 573 as well. Normally when one Necromancy rune goes up, the rest of them do, so we'll follow that trend. We can always see as well that Spirit, Flesh and Miasma are all here. So I imagine a little bit further down, the Bone Rune will also be up in price. We have an Inert Adrenaline Crystal at 1.8k, Manuscripture of Wen 329, and a Spring quite aggressive in its price rises now, nearly 2.7k. Goldstone Spirits 859 GP each, which for me, at that price, it is very much worthwhile buying. Gold is always over 1,000 coins, so you will make profit using that Goldstone Spirit, and also it will help you AFK that method as well. Miasma Runes is 552, a Catalytic Anima Stone is 1008 GP, and Normal Bones is 254. Serenic Scale still recovering from being removed from the Glacier drop table, 47.2k, and a Broken Memento is 404 GP each. We have Bloodweed Seeds at 20k for that, Guthix Arrows 204, and a Rune Dart is 76 GP each. Medium Bladed Adamant Salvage 7.9k, and the Runic Tuna, obviously with the runecrafting update last week, it's still on its way up, 77.1 mil as a current price. And a Skekker's Hypno 1 Projector, 19.3 mil each. Although I'm led to believe that these are very underpriced, nowhere near what the mid price is as well. We have a Slayer Wildcard, the standard one which can be used for all tasks, 119.5k. Silver Bar, 2.2k each, and Arbok Seed, 73,000 coins. Very expensive in Arbok Seed. It's by far the most expensive seed for herbs in the game. So for that to go a little bit up is, it's one to keep an eye out on, and definitely helps things like the Rex Matriarchs and also Big Game Hunter, which those are dropped from as well. They only really come from Anachronia as far as I'm aware in terms of a drop. Luminous Energy 192 GP each, Orichalcum Bars still on the way back up, just over 7,000 coins. And Ultra Compost now is 9.4k. You can do 1,000 of Ultra Compost every single day. And in my opinion, it's worth doing. It's basically a free 8.5 mil, because you do need to buy the Infernus Pyroclast first. But if you're on something like a 2-week bond, 8.5 mil over 4 days will pay most of your membership. So always do your Ultra Compost. It is basically just free money. It just takes about 20 to 30 minutes to sort of use all the buckets on the compost to get them out of the compost bin. We have Fort Free Teleports 3.3k. We have Normal Thread 27 GP each, and Uncut Emerald 533. Clean Heartlander is 4.9k, basically 5k, and White Berries 2.3. We've mentioned White Berries, we've mentioned Potato Cactus, we've mentioned Congealed Blood. Always worthwhile keep an eye on these secondaries, because there is always a chance they could pick up quite quickly and gain a lot of momentum before a bonus XP. Grimy Heartlander 3.8k each, a Lychee Seed 276, Grenwall Spikes 74 GP each. That's a big jump for Grenwall Spikes. Could it be the ultimate comeback? I highly doubt it, but let's see what price they can get to. Aggression Potion 77.7k, that's for a 4-dose. And a 4-dose Super Restore 2.7. Unicorn Horn Dust 309 GP each. A Lava Strike Iron Wildcard 63.9. Luck of the Dwarves 58.4 mil in Bone Runes, completing the Necromancy Runes bump up 390 GP each. Magic Seed 33.1, Stonewall segment bouncing back up after last week. They were a little bit low last week, 9.5k for that. And a Palm Tree Seed 1.1. MP Sashes 2.9 makes things like Pythons a genuinely good method to do. 6 to 8 mil per hour Pythons could be, depending on what price you can sell the ashes for. So definitely for your lower levels, one to pick up. Bananas are up to 342 GP each, so if you are doing bonus bananas, now is a good time to cash in if you've got a stack or if you're looking to use that as a money making method. We have Earth Orbs 158, Coal at 377, which means concentrated coal rocks will be very nice in terms of GP. You'll make a little bit more than your normal, and again, 377 for coal is a pretty good price. We have Rune Arrowheads at 125 GP each, Tiny Rune Plate Salvage 6.7k, Lustrous Energy 297, Dragon Rider Boots at 12k each, and Abyssal Demon or Abyssal Creature Wildcard 87.4k each. You can use that on Beasts, Lords, all form of the Abyssal sort of like creature line. Artisanal Gears 371, we have a Ranar Seed 1.5k, Bucket of Milk 438, Bucket of Sand 186, Dragon Hide for the Black Dragon Hide still going up 1.975k, Uncut Ruby 425, that's a few uncuts already this week, which are going up in price, and a few sort of items suggesting like people are going back into skilling items, whether that's double XP or people want to skill. But yeah, it's kind of what we want to see in price rises. Once we know these items are going up in price, it just means that if you're collecting, if you're hunting, if you're going to get these items, you will make some more money. We have a Clean Torso at 4.6k, a Grimy Marintil at 4.9, we have Ghosty Essence at 7.6. I believe this is one on a big run. And if you're looking for Ghosty Essence, there are monsters in Canfis or Slayer monsters which drop them, Aberrant Spectres, Bloodvelds, there are numerous monsters which can drop these. If you are looking to get the Prayer XP while doing Slayer, you can also use Infernal Lands. Infernal Lands will pick up all the ashes and then bury them for you, especially if you have the option to auto-send the urn. As soon as the urn is filled, it gets sent off for XP. We have Blowpipe Fins at 227k, Extreme Ranging Bordos 8.4k, which is nice to see. It's nice to see that Extreme Ranging could possibly be profitable again. Elder Seed is 46.2k, Rune Gauntlets 3.1, Brilliant Energy 206, Tectonic Energy 913k each, and also with that the Tectonic Road Bottom 25.9, Tectonic Mask 13.3. Now, it is nice to see Tectonic Energy go up again. I think when Tectonic Energy is up in price and the set's up in price, it encourages people to go and do Virago, which is nice when the older bosses are paying out, because it just means that old content is still being used and done. We have a Spirit Terror Bird 1.2k, Sealed Large Rune Pouch 33.4 mil, a Four-Faced Ram Unchecked 30k each, and a Split Log 1.3k. So, a few big things here. We've got the Virago items up in price. We have Ghosty Essence still continuing to go up in price. Necromancy Runes, we have Dragon Hide, Gems, so crafting is still sort of pushing. Some potions to make, so we've got the aggression potions, maybe even a possibly extreme ranging could be profit. You'll have to check the margins. Orichalcum and Bar still going up, Arbok Seed still going up, so there's items we've picked out over the past couple of weeks still going up in price, which is always nice to see. But as well, if you're going to jump into these methods, check your margins, just because these actually might be over mid-price or slightly higher because they seem to be very high climbing items. Or if they're going below mid, that's something to avoid because they shouldn't be going under mid because they're on the rise. So pretty decent. It seems that we're in a bit more of a recovery within the past couple of weeks. Past couple of weeks have been a little brutal, so nice to see that. Anyway, now going on to price falls. Let's see what we can do for this week. So we've got the Soul Devourer wildcard 15.6k. Congealed Blood 980 GP each, which I think the updated putting it on the Bloodveil drop table was very good for what it needed to be. Supply of this item needed to come back in the game quite quickly. But 980 could be at a price we look at sort of, do we pick that up over time? Because as well, White Berries, Congealed Blood, and Potato Cactus, which are a little bit further down, are items which can quite comfortably bounce back up if needed, or if there's a high demand for them as well. Water Runes 120 GP each, which I think is a little bit high for a Water Rune. Let's just see where that's been over the past 6 months. No, well, yeah, it was in the 80s a while ago, but it is starting to head back down anyway, so 119 for that. Crush Nest 209, we have Powder of Penance 642.4k. Pure Essence 70 GP each, and Powerful Ghosty Ink 13.6. Magical Thread 657,000 coins for that. A normal coconut is 7.1k. Quick tip, coconut is one of the easiest money making methods in the game. If you sort of have a invo of coconuts and vials, you can make coconut milk, and I'm pretty sure coconut milk will be at a decent profit over that. But again, check GE, check prices. Grimy Dwarfweed, not one you often see in price falls, but 5.2k for that. Maybe that's one to start picking up ready for a double XP. Ancient Shard still on its way back down, 1.4k for that, and a Runite Stone Spirit 1.7. Draconic Energy 335.6k. Hex Hunter Bow 135.6 mil. Impure Essence 151, and a Yew Wood Spirit 50 GP each. Dragonkin Bones 13.2k, Manuscripture Jazz 173, and Soft Clay just over 1,000 coins. The Ascension Keystones continue to go down, 84.5k for that now, Tusker's Wrath ability 5.5 mil, and a Dragon Hatchet 42.7k. We have the Manuscripture Full 30,000 coins, Anti-Fire 4 Dose 11.2, a normal rune bar is 5.1, and a Spear of Annihilation 61.1 mil. Cannonballs just over 1,000 coins, Extreme Ranging 3 Dose 8.4k each, and we have Crystal Shapeshifter Wildcards 8.6, and Shadow Creatures 3,000 coins. Elderwood Spirits 9.1k, a Teakwood Spirit 706 GP, and a Willow Wood Spirit 6.7. Mud Runes 803 GP each, a Decorated Mining Urn 8.5. That's the first time I've really seen like a Decorated Urn go down, so maybe the Exquisite Urns are finally sort of getting a bit more in terms of supply, or at least used. Infernal Ashes 544, Meerkat's Pouch 103k, Swamp Tar 225, and Molten Glass 192. Ruby Necklace 3.8k, Compass Rose 3.5, Blood Runes 515, and Gold Rune 2.7. Grimy Ranar 1.7k, Magic Notepaper 510. Like I've said in previous episodes of Marketwatch, always worth buying and having a stack of Magic Notepaper because it can come in very useful at times. Ectoplasm just over 1,000 coins, and this will definitely be one I'll stock up on once it gets a little bit cheaper. Once it gets into like the 800-900 GP. I think that's worth buying because the amount of Ectoplasm you will use when doing Necromancy for combat, Slayer, or bossing. Golden Roses 968.8k. These have got a while to fall because the Penance Powder is only about 700k, so that's got a little more to go down. We have Ruby Ring 2.7k, Unpowered Orb 88 GP each, and Cobalt Blue at 10.1. Clean Marintil 5.1. Dinosaur Bones 15.2 and Large Bladed Rune Salvage 29.4. Gleaming Energy, which is by far some of the most expensive energy I've seen for a little while, 351 GP each, and a Dragon Dart Tip 3.7k. Spider Silk 375 GP each, Dagonoth Bones 7.1k, which these are quite cheap. These are almost getting to a point where it's worth like buying them. It's the lowest they've been in a while. They had a little bump up when they hit this price before, but 7.1k almost makes Dagonoth Bones useful for like prayer training. In my opinion anyway, I would use Dagonoth Bones at that price. Powerful Necroplasm 534, Lesser Necroplasm 183, Regular Ghostly Ink 7,000 coins. And we have the Hand Wraps of the First Necromancer at 6.3 mil and the Robe at 134. Papaya Fruit 3,000 coins each. Sad face that it's gone that way. Papaya Fruit was a great way to like earn money with skilling just by having your fruit bat summoned, but it has had a bit of a rough ride as of late. Dragon Rider Lance 25.9 mil, and then finally a Emerald Ring 3.6. So there are definitely some stuff in price falls I will keep an eye on for. Dagonoth Bones, Dinosaur Bones, like Cobalt Blue, the colours never really go below 10k, so that's one to keep an eye out on. The Lance, if you're looking for things like components. Blood Runes, we've got some more Compass Rose in terms of archaeology materials, and yeah, just general bits like Cannonballs over 1,000 coins have had an update. Ascension Keystones, Dragonkin Bones. It seems to be a lot of bones down this week, but there's definitely some moneymakers dotted around price falls, which only need a slight update or a slight change in the gameplay to have a massive rise, but definitely worth keeping an eye out as we crack on. I do think as well, before the end of the year, we are going to have another double XP, in which case it's going to be really interesting to see just how much things have rose up over the next couple of weeks. So Necromancy Runes massively on the rise, crafting items massively on the rise, and there's still some big crashes and deals to be found in price falls if you are thinking that items are going to go up. But going to wrap it up this week. Loads of content still coming to the channel. We are back in the groove. We are back into knocking out a video every day for you guys. So if you are interested in any content which is coming to the channel, we are going to sort of move away from leagues a little bit. Make sure to hit that subscription button. Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting, commenting, doing all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.